Midnight. Beneath the Russian forest, in a concrete bunker sealed from the sky, one blinking red warning changed everything. A single officer had to decide, press the button or hold back. The fate of the world hung on his choice. Late September 26, 1983. A night like many others for the world, but unlike any before for one man. Deep under the silent pines outside Moscow, inside the subterranean bunker of Serpukhov 15, an underground sentinel stood guard. Cold air brushed gray walls. Monitors glowed with impersonal data. Alarms were ready. Between the outside world and the end of it all sat a single uniformed man, Stanislav Yevgrafovich Petrov. Petrov, a lieutenant colonel of the Soviet Air Defense Forces, had arrived earlier that evening to relieve another officer. The system he monitored, the Satellite Early Warning Network, coded OKO, Russian for I, glowed quietly atop the console. He leaned back, let his eyes wander across the screens, missile trajectories, infrared signatures, blinking icons. All seemed routine. Then the siren cut through. A red alert flashed. The word launch filled the screen. One missile from the United States. Then 4 more. 5. A volley headed toward Soviet soil. At that moment, the entire doctrine of mutual assured destruction threatened to shift from theory to reality. Petrov could have triggered a full retaliatory strike. He could have set in motion one of humanity's darkest hours. But in that bunker, in those seconds stretching like centuries, he paused. He looked at the numbers, the count. 1, then 2, then 5. He remembered the recent world. Just weeks earlier, his country had shot down a South Korean airliner, Korean Airlines Flight 007, killing 269 souls. U.S.-Soviet tensions at their highest. He knew the stakes. If this was real, the United States didn't fire 5 missiles. It would unleash hundreds, fast, deadly. He picked up his phone. The line to the high command waited. He did not call. Instead, he reported, "It's a false alarm." The word shocked the room. In that instant, the fate of millions pivoted on his decision. Inside Serpukhov 15, time stopped. Outside, the world remained unaware, but millions of lives hung by a thread. The sun rose, the system revealed its malfunction, and Petrov emerged from the bunker, unchanged and uncelebrated. For the world, the night had passed. For him, a quiet burden remained.
In more ordinary times, decisions like Petrov's are studied, debated, but here they were made by protocol, by machine, by the cold certainty of systems designed to end wars through deterrence. But on September 26, 1983, the machine failed. The eyes in orbit misread sunlight glinting off high-altitude clouds, and the satellite sensors mistook them for missile plumes. Petrov, trained to obey, found himself confronting something unexpected, an alarm he suspected was false. His instincts whispered that this was wrong. The system, brand new and untested in full, screamed, "Launch!" But Petrov thought of rationality. If the US attacked, he would later say, they wouldn't send just 5 missiles. Behind the screens, Dozens of subsystems awaited signals, satellite feeds, ground radar, communications lines, but the protocol demanded he report the alarm immediately and let his superiors decide. If he had called up and said, "Incoming strike," the Soviet war machine would have roared into motion, launching hundreds of missiles toward the United States, triggering a chain reaction that few could stop. And so the moment stretched. Seconds turned heavy. Petrov did not move. His heart beat. The room waited. The world held its breath. He thought, "I don't want to be the one who starts a third world war." When the ground radar failed to confirm the launch, and when minutes passed with no incoming ICBMs detected, his decision held. The system's error was exposed. Petrov's false alarm report saved lives, though that was not yet clear. Yet when morning came, Petrov did not receive a hero's welcome. Instead, he was questioned. His commanders warned him. He was reassigned, denied promotion, quietly sidelined. The machine had failed, but human beings do not always applaud the one who halts it. In the annals of the Cold War, this night remained hidden until decades later, when stories emerged of how near the world came to self-destruction. And at the heart of it, one man, one decision, one breath. Petrov lived quietly after leaving the military. He worked in a research institute, cared for his ill wife, tended to his family. Recognition came slowly and modestly. In 2004, he received the World Citizen Award from the Association of World Citizens in San Francisco, and in 2006, he traveled to the United Nations, where his story began to gain public attention. Yet the price of his silence was not negligible. He was never decorated by the Soviet Union. His name remained unknown for years. He insisted, "I wasn't a hero, I was just doing my duty." And what he did saved the world, or at least delayed its destruction. According to an analysis by Nuclear Threat Initiative and other researchers, had a full-scale Soviet retaliation occurred in response to that false alarm, the numbers of dead could have numbered in the tens or hundreds of millions, ultimately even a billion when factoring in nuclear winter, crops failing, and famine. Today, the world remains on edge. New technologies, new arsenals, cyber threats, and human error still loom. Petrov's story is not merely history, it is a warning, a reminder that systems fail, that humans decide, and that one choice in a bunker between push and pause can shape the fate of generations. As you watch this video and reflect on the fortress beneath the Russian pines, the blinking red warning, and the man who didn't hit the button, remember, the myth is real. The legend walked among us, and the silence he carried echoes now. If this story moved you, hit subscribe and ring the bell so we can continue uncovering the forgotten and the hidden in Declassified Stories.